Boko de.
Nyamiadum.
Na ujina here no pay.
Sambre de mababi pim e Sanlarugu.
Sanlarugu
municipal, Sanlarugu municipal e hon mo na Sambre mababi tru.
Na
Me shase efri Tamale Metro. Ehwe enioma ye MPP aban aye a ebi project a wo mawi any project a ekoso no. Na me fa kurikuri school ekohwe 3 unit classroom blogger wo mo AC ene 3 sita KVIP is ongoing wo mo enyenwie sanso ena Bethany primary school so also 3 unit classroom block ekoso ho no mo eno Tamale Metro eno so ekoso sanso ena Dabupa Falia Islamic also no 3 unit classroom block sanso ekoso a wo mo enyenwie Sakasaka primary school so sa ena ekoso nyoni ehonso no wo music clinic e wo hono ma eno so ekoso na many chire Ghana school so no ehonso Tamale Metro hono mo a ehonso no toilet facilities yenu enu musi A and B ene sita ani nyina ekoso na yedi wram ewo Sanlarugu so a yedi many actually mu ewo baby a ye frɛ ho Islamic Science Senior High School. Also 6 unit classroom bomb. Woman ama Sambre de omanfo asase ekomum. Sanso na mekoho no na chere say track and tra woman si dormitory. Dormitory no 1 story. Na so mekoe no dormitory wo ho but enye 1 story say ne wo mo eka no. Me san ewura mi wura Sanlarugu no na me hwe water project a wo mo aye. Na ongoing water project a eno ya mechanized solar powered no. Me kopie mu ewo dabwashi ehode ne ekoso na wayamba eho nso de no eguso a ekoso dimala eho na me wosisie ya maka kana nkamadu project no ho akọ ibaye na de enwa ne se Sanlarugu assembly ho ankasa no womo etrete community mechanized solar powered ensure no ebi koso wo na so bi kodu assembly ho de me hu bibia sa bibia enkoso wo ho no esa etieguso a ye bo aporo ahwe bibia project no bebre na ewo.
I see into the na track and ensem no mo aka no mo hwe no sa pepepe net eno ana udi echika wasemi
eno ana midi echiri Sanlarugu assembly eho de midu ho no de project no eni ho ni hu project no wo ho.
Okay.
Yeah, who project na ewo ho no mo enti eguso e di echiri.
Okay, yo. Medasipi. Enti acheba kwabna Tamale Metro ana motene kanom ye free hwa Ebenezer Hassel ewo Ebenezer Martin
man
to say
boko man
na ujina he
German mi jina
Savlugu municipal hey Savlugu it gives me memories how to say
German I had boko
na amitie wa problem net say
like German senior na adodan ko Akufo-Addo oni ba omia omofa abenya no omde to Ghana for enim say what say bebre omde to omonim say ba ko wom one village one dam and the yet to abanamon ebe prie mu Savlugu municipal be say senior omoka no omde osi eyo ebe prie mu ewo Savlugu municipal no senior omoka no yes one village one dam total one village one dam amoye ya na say no do amoye no 7 na ombo amodi say omo beye ye be share pepe 7 no na omoye and the broni be ka say ongo ya na say pending no bibia ni wa ye pending ewo ha na ye embian bia omode one village one dam no ekọ ye tu anamo ekọ ye ko bia e bi ti say ye zotali ye ko ye no ma ye tontenyele aya mo fan temi edino Tamale dindi ne bo enzo ehu kakra ye tontenyele so oma ye one village one dam tinglia so oma ye one village one dam enzo ewo ho tingu lorini na dimpon nyina oma ye one village one dam ni bi ewo ha inzono enzo fefe anase dam no fefe na one district one factory na almost a promise ye ne ta omo baye no ye construction enya enko enimu paayi construction enya enko ye rice processing factory no enya enko enimu send ye amanfo pen ye patuli na mo ye no of Savlugu municipal ndi obepie mu awo Savulugu municipal, one village, one dam, no, a cost to our don't do a more than yes, 7 now, or more year or aha, baby, be a pussy, pepe. Now, aside a year, one village, one dam, no, again, put to be brings you 8 me, and put to be brings me a cost of Savulugua, that me Bobby is so and so at the Adramwa. Now it's different so as an one. Oko a year Zogua. Zogu a 3 unit classroom so almost me a year our hot animal and so of her. Oko a year Nanton and so of her 3 unit classroom block and so it me so and so our hot and so animal. Anna Oko gave it a bogu and so our construction no every 3 unit classroom with my page the fair come and so and so a year about saying Hadia actually to say MC or Savulugu municipal na bibia and so akoye and so ewo ho no to etiefo and so enyina and so enim and so ha oko eye yo asi primary school so a city learning center so a omode hije so and so ewo ha and so eguso and so edi etiefo and so enyina enim city center na bi mu any library omode bi asese so ewo Savulugu girls model school and so ewo ha and so omode airport
enti Ebenezer opa chere se nioma ewo tracker no mu nyina no okoi sa na tie ebi wo ho eni ho
de ebi wo ha omo incomplete no with that factory right factory no omo nya complete envie schools no dia almost fan schools no omo complete e fana almost e fana and so e wo ho no ma by one village one dam almost omo ya no fefe
Ebenezer Mamina say Ebenezer herself I was Savulugu because it brings me memories Savulugu Nantong Ohona 1991 here me national service Jaja
Machie Minia
na etize
nyamana do bibia boko
na so jina he
ze ya mi jina ko me wo kumbungu mi jina kumbungu
na ohoso
hodi boko abantu ase efiti ase omo se ombe omo abamu a ombe bo omode ama one village one dam ene project ahodo enti na no pa me bo aporo kakra me ko kuro e fe no gomo gomo no omo wo omo nya damp ni bi ena EK Islamic Primary and so omo nya 3 block room school toilet ene juna pit akaho awo no ma omu enkurunkuru bi wo ha safa so ekusi tolon krampo ho kwana asai ma nso omu ye colbert that is bridges and ketwa obeye peti anye guso as a feeder road na akọ enkurunketu edi so mi fi wo no meko pleyini so damp no meko hweye omu damp no ewo ho ena chanshewu so damp no ba eno de no o hwe da bi na bosome ensu tobre twa ma bedu bosome na fifi no menyi ni se ensu be gina mu ebiem tie mani aboso se semre na medegu so echini de obia na mama tiefo aso ate
mati yo jaja ye da si bebre na me se ye befa nipa bako aka ho na ya sorry so Peace 104.3 yeah twa ye dwumedie no so dia na me se men komenwum so And this one says, happy birthday to you, Stephen Kofi Yeboah Jr. Out there in Takrady. Enjoy your birthday, Stephen Kofi Yeboah Jr. of Tadi. It's from Abigail. Peace FM. Yentwa Yejumediene so Professor Joseph Osafo Oha. Prof Mathieu.
Hello.
Boko de.
Boko na so.
Nyame adom. Nyame adom. Nyame adom keke kwa. Ye hede ni ahonde nsa bia. Ye nyame adom keke. Ememro hini.
The venerable and veteran Chairman General Kwame Sifakai. I mean, these were the words from His Excellency the Vice President. I mean, he was honored to have been interviewed by the venerable and the veteran Chairman General Kwame Sifakai. Yeah, VMV.
I was also honored to have interviewed the vice president. Yeah. And yet, Libya, now, Janessa. Nana be saying,
Chairman,
great. Prof.
Peace FM.
Are there yet train abu?
Any of them?
Ye be airport. And Suku Samuso. Say, Amampenya Casan yet.
Okay.
Say JHS2 ni SHS2. I'm say 5th October. We'll be Uncle School for 10 weeks. Uncle Shiadian and sorry. Na efi 04 no be pim in California when train to January. The psychological effect of it. Enra Okasawi no be say, hey, 50 match. He say yeah, they call January, not just 10 months. Almost the entire year. Not even academic year, but 1 full year cycle. Prof, I told say airport ye baby a man for boy will see but only sense she says so come. And any akeka.
Chairman General me da say edinchia ema obia wetifu nyina busuafo na adofo nyina say obia bo no ho ban obia so hwe no ho yi e wo saa ebere mu me fias na me hwe Ghana records of COVID-19 as captured on the WHO platform for COVID. No, as at 30th August, and then what you say 43,949 confirmed cases. I mean, I demand I take from President Nana over 42,000 there on my recover, which is good. Very, very good. The Yamia Sepa or we the guy say when we are winning the Ubinya. Sadly, no, and Nipa over 217 so I Yamedie, a Mabuzafuna Yako. And 30th August is what they say by 108 new cases. And Assad and Neno ya recorded. In fact, so we had chat now. A free the 2nd of August. You recorded new cases high power in 1,000, 4,500. Since the 8th of August, no, we have seen a consistent drop of new cases. Just a drop is a goes to drop it. Now, and also if you for you say something good is happening. We haven't finished, but at least a trump when you say something good is happening. So Oshe and Ra report no na Omanpenny a trump when you and say currently hospitalization is also going down, and active cases and also are dropping from 1,008 to 1,003, and also HR infonipa and so at the train. Now come here, ya also from where we are, ne baby ya be do sani Omanpenny HR infonipa no. Now point the can say only say all of us and are buying, we are learning lessons from COVID-19 by sending a boy as a now there were a lot of actions be a take here na ya habaka you know na ya pepe na mo said na ya na efum yi musa no desperate actions were needed ama we to me secure omano health and ye nyuma so akoso and the abai keeps on learning new lessons. Not only that, it keeps on taking based on experiences and based on data. A bank a crank as the days go by. Now, a bank a crank a buying if you say yes easing of these restrictions face by face. And the you want a day I'm afraid you could school. You know a few cases be your honoma and a hard drink there.
Am I did buy be brave
by. The me adum no aba betwem enche bia na sorry so if you say once walk sorry ma ye the various restrictions no na enema was odugu akwan mu a ebeboa na yenya any spike bia in churches so ye no so ye the etudwa yet is schools once back back akotro especially in the universities one went to me enya remote learning methods bit me the aye in social no Cape Coast University near other technical universities so na wo tro na no mu yet say aban asset committee a ofia say emiti ahwe say yembu school ana say mema yembu school kwame no no na kire say enfunya ye twa ne say yehunu say aban gusu etu na mo ekono na say ye okan no na ofia say egugu enhyanum ama yenso ye hwan no na mom no enhyanum gugu na ye gugu no entwamfo nyini say yare no ajai na hono na ya na manfo bebre na mete say okasa bi no bi say oh COVID-19 bi ni Ghana ye ha dwen Ghana ke nyina ye wu right after the way no comment about say na ebinim comment no na just say besi no eye ebinim say ampa yare no sikafo yare na ya trokra bibia ni ya na ye ana ye enema amanaye chenchene sa enti no enfonyini a etwachere enso ne say on say ndo ano omanpanyi di to just say 15th statement now make you know yet is say over 80% were using the mask na emu ohanche me aduanan no na echi no na wo mu nim how to use it and ndo ano ka che say the same study no you repeat in other areas you say sa mask wearing na e boy ho ban no o say I drop it drastically na enfonyin anu etwa eche ne say kwame
prof
aban e bon ho modern na otu anamobi no we as a people are also getting what we call infection fatigue. Yes, infection fatigue na do be on say in the early days no yenya what we call no friends chorophobia. You be phobic. There was an irrational fear. In fact, there was an anxiety epidemic. Osron we for her we should demo gidi. Afa oko animu a I say oh such in kame na mabaha be kase if no optimism bias. Just say when you mu gidi as oh minya bidda into be wan say fe we the wearing of the mask akase bi bia no oto no oto jejam honi faso
just say yabre na prof yabre na nyo na di asem ne beba no
that's the point I'm making
because say bi mo kase omanpanyi sene amani o ma hwehwem amankofo bi chima ayomode a certain false sense of everything is fine be
yes anity come the ten say erika be kase whether we like it or not,
yes,
we have to find a good way of sailing through this crisis. Now, and no challenge, you know, and all the discussion, no, about venison decision about taking in the right. If you want to, chunky think it be, but here, Cornelius, near Titan, Yama, that because a government over the past few months, no, about one learning. About your data, about your experience, and to all no decision no take no say it's getting better by every day course. Now no, the danger of that is that younger decisions taking that boy home by no, and I will say hey we now you will start to be a yes say oh says the same body maybe 5 months ago to me that is that sense of optimism bias no minya bi da because 5 months atwam minya bi na no NFA oti over and NFA o ya fatigued o ya bre o be ka so yare ka feri ya bre no yin nko enti eno na eya de bi a ehia pa na no na ebi ase da ne ho adi wo most people not wearing the mask fatigue be yaba. Now I understand say the phase easing of restrictions are ecosono. A term for you be chiren for say, oh yare yediso. It's a false perception. Now as I say, you draw a man for attention to it. Kwame, say ukonya malaria. Na mo adru say nom. Na obi ase won nom adru no. Na obi ase wo ho to a eno nkyere say wo ho ato. Wo ho to na kyere say obi ase etu anambo bi a ahombre wo obre tipai na de April no nyina afi ase kofem. You are not on your feet and you cannot be on your feet as strong as you were. I just said what ben penso bi a e be ka say plasmodium parasite no every umukra. Na no bi na ye hu ndey say aban yes faced restrictions here ogu man no eno say twa samfonyini kire yan kura da say ediso na momu no ekwan bi as no I say finding a way na ya brabo you getting it back on track. You're getting it back on track with caution. Enti bo say kasa na mo nyina mu no ya ka no asaka chen say obia hwe ne ho eyi. Enti that appears to be what is happening. Now Kwame, you come anymore no. Now me can say the way we have to live meaningfully. Say, na yare kura da be na eko. And I say we have to learn to live with it. Endemic. Sa endemicity na you can was no. I was saying ya enti ase say COVID-19 endemicity enti say malaria dey da.
Are they?
Oh, Kwame, na malaria no. Don't forget malaria no a draw hole. It's endemic. But in preference all international malaria kunwa not just so what we baby. A draw hole. When no you ensure then you control sir. And the endemic and very fatal. And you know ne sanya one no besi atna fa no very important. Say obi aba no ho ba no we use in fact studies HSS say no evidence no converges strongly say COVID-19 is transmitted through aerosols. In fact, it's converging strongly. What that means is that so to me aware of face mask.
Yeah.
Especially where people are crowded. Not even oh bon we are not saying say 100% we, but at least come say ade bi betumi obetumi anya ba bi a cap ma e be wure mu. Na say o ko ba bi na wash mask na cap man no ebe say be atare achim mako 1000. I mean, why would you wear the mask?
Of course.
Just your chances of getting infected are highly reduced. And you know, not to say no and you know hano ena say you more as a nation you who say you can't say yare no you do so. Now infonia imagine chere say en kakra no say you know go say you mask. Na you apply all the protocols now. You go swa edin kunimba. No de I say you bo esubio you go swa edin kunimba. Afei no yakwa enimu a enu na aban say ya hwe say en bai betumi akọ school. Aka me ha no me won sam kakra kan ho. In fact, if you na e mana betna no.
Yes.
About 2 months ago, I think UNICEF also, I know UNESCO, one of them, had a report be by. And I showed the impact of staying at home on the children.
Yeah.
Come on, and you who you're not hard power. They did kind of what I said, school cry provided a mofra with nutritional meal. That's serious. I just said, my friend, you are Ediana. Obenya dia aduane nro ewom na ebeboa na ne nyini akoso no wonya ofie efie ne so po se wonya no e school and the school na ya to kura no good nutrition kura ebinya wonya no free hono mo e ma friend bi hono mo school provides them structure efie bi hono mo okọ hono mo structure bi ani ho say ye den hihye ato ho a abofra sorry obeye say to be honest with you yanga I practice so be can the history baby you free ba baby the back say in school na me call pa I learned a lot in school. Every teacher became their parents.
Yeah.
and oboa ahyehyɛ omo enti emofra na etifie ya na maybe the middle class like us ne one eka ho beka say oh say me dey me hye me fie but then you bia na free fear hyehyɛ pa ne structure wo kwame emofra ntete mu no structure provides them focus na oko school a sa structure na ewo ho bon say akyeche adesua no mu you say ebi 7 to 9 oyewe 9:30 to oyewe ofiri ho no a na our time a yede be assignment our class wa ofiri ho no ma your time a or be ka play and also school ha ofiri ho no ma your time san be dia ba back bi enti mo say ya hyehyɛ adesua no in such a way say ema akra no ehu bribia oye come we no ofiri ho no ma. School provides children with a very good sense of social support. I wonder when you're on nam for them. I wonder when I'm nam for me dear grow. Or here my friend be woman and ne and somehow catch wa. Much as their friends can sometimes lead them to do wrong things. No, maybe that's what you say. One nam for my boy pa. One nam for no provide on social support. The things what boy ma disunya they learn. With their friends.
Into school no mon corner a major problem for their own development.
It affects children. Now I have number me try for you about the home. Because in June muno, the try the can say every lockdown about now 2 major institutions were seen as key in managing obedience human behavior. The big kind of at the home. If it's any close to schools,
you
omunyina they are going to home no very huge. The TBA no aban. Government kept on providing the leadership. But school, churches, and other means of gathering people the home became a center for schooling, for training, and everything. Now no make I say, and until I say, about maybe I say for near chile. Yes, say at least for once, you say parenting, the home environment as a key issue in our national discourse. Kwame, me dan na do say or share our phone crying or can say easy. But me say we need more than that. Easy there. Now come here. Under lockdown in certain countries. In fact, in one state in South Africa, for example, within a week, 87,000 women were calling because they were getting abused with their children.
87,000.
Yes. In fact, Lagos, for example, within a week, now about 60% of women were calling that their children and themselves were getting abused.
Wow.
And Yamana ACC no, Yenimu say. In fact, come in SARS period, no. You say a member a lose your job was strongly correlated with abuse at home. And the member no, Najuma say pa na bufu abeshana akumamu. Na ode ko ne maso. Na just for you church and say I'm afraid at 5 months. Now we go to the next 5 months now. The question is, what do we or what have we put in place?
Or how do we engage them?
How do we engage them? And you know, Osha Bibi to say Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection, Social Welfare, DOFSU. I was seeing Humbribi a free a eba. Now a boa out for 5 months you come pregnancy mofrai reporting just say lockdown by a lot of girls have gotten themselves pregnant.
So more exam no cry your reports from you say a bit more
and you know not just say a fear no yet but how do we engage them? We need a discourse on this. As I say eda hotrawa sa say mfano etifie for the next 5 solid months.
September, October, November, December.
You know oppositional behaviors.
Oppositional behaviors.
And conduct behaviors. And crana etifia abuse women, they are going to develop all kinds of potential mental challenges. Yenimu say So gradually as a nation, parenting are losing control in managing their kids, especially in the cosmopolitan centers. If you say Ejuma is competing with parenting. And as I say, no, if Ejuma say into TV, no, abufo. And see, we need a certain level of articulation on this as well. So, what do we do with parents? Now, most churches can also step in in this regard. For example, most churches have Sunday school teachers who provide lessons for parenting and mofra. And this time is a good time. Between now and January is a lot of time to really engage children, engage their parents, and what we can do to help them. If we say 5 months, coming, so many things can happen. And draw my attention to it. Say, quite new idea. Now, another one, my friend, better if you parents. What is in place, Papa, for them? No, now beyond the social intervention about a year, for example, electricity, water, power. Now, I can say for a long time. I follow maintenance for that long, and in the midst of this, some have lost their jobs.
Yeah.
So how do we make sure children are protected? The data in Dovsu is already indicating some trends in certain way, but obviously, who say the urban, most kids are getting into trouble, and I'm afraid, say we have to be able to look at that part very well. Say, how can we engage children? Come, is there anything like, can we, for example, once a while, be a community people, assemblymen? Is there anything, say, be a mama and my friend, MP, we are observing social distance. Now, Umundi Agrokakra. Can we do that, for example, in some communities? After all, say, sorry.
Yeah.
It will be a 1 hour. And my friend will be a Islegon. Me say a particular enclave. Now it be a nyumbi, they engage you. How about that one? We have to do something to keep them in the house for 5 months. Yes, then a clear articulation of what parents can do within these 5 months. In addition to the 5 months, now airport reopening here. So government keeps learning lessons. Now Obamu say this time around not there. Abaka and say she shared at home. Say you be in a trawasa. And I like maybe I mean who say ejawu we know and I say also aba. She share no I said that oba you be here you who say we are oba quarantine. Just say edita ho pepe and in tia ba en say say kwame send na kan no na do kan no and I'm a penny kan no cases I recorded first no they were imported cases.
Yeah,
the who buye port no now we're careful and I thought that's the reason why we haven't even reopened all the other sectors. No say
land borders
and borders you be in no and I don't know what the mini assembly be aka. I say so they make an government keeps learning the lesson and we keep applying data, science, experience to what is happening. Now the big here say about can we come implementation no. A honor in Africa, that's where the problem is. Now we can try to say over Africa. I say Africa is a country of policy farms. Bibia ratify. Bibia. Now akasa ni be free paper no so. Na ye dia adwuma. E ho na hia me. Te mama obi won ye adwuma airport won ya de mama obi and lax the rules. Oh, what do you call? Oh, media, what do you minimum? Oh, where it's very likely. Zari ya tewa Ghana, Etihana, it is a Ghana Airways those days. Oh, be cry, come look, and maybe cry. Oh, media, your word, come minimum. Yes, sir. You may see a bo. Your dophonum, your man who buy any young cassa, young who buy. Quite maka, the message can be say. when you have a collective vulnerability, you need a collective action. Adia epra nipa dodo no. Ye hia dodo anamotio e de esi ano. Enti se obi ekwohye wona regulations are ana do na ban ene won e ka na ho tunifo de aba no. Se ye de ye fan ye adwuma mombra. Ye nga na epra ho until everyone is free, no one is free. Enti ye share eno sonso. Se enye just kasano how to translate this into action in here. School seminar so no. One go school in October, SHS no.
Yeah.
I mean we have learned our lesson. Now and say yes sama we no mo kobio. Na ye te say ebinumo FRC nyabi. I think that will not be very, very good for us. We have learned the lesson from the first one. Ye te say PPs maybe do school be on time.
Yeah.
Yet say ebi kra say no ebi uba kra bon say sanitizers don't na ebi nim so na bottle. We've learned all of these things. Tia ko ye nimu a SS2 for ko yi na kwa me na ehunu say this will be properly implemented. In fact, say we trust am for you know in the second time now. Ebema parent arishim that be about say parents about 50% were not confident, no, 70% were not confident in GES implementing this. They were not at all. But to see we are learning from our own mistakes, you know. What can we add going forward? And to your moko school, the America say all the schools na emani yajuma. One who sanitizers and me here, they come in na yajuma, nose masks na yajuma. Say do once na kranaba. Say yes, I repeat the mistakes of the past. And the comment, here.
Hoping say you share BB if free Musina Kaino, we shouldn't repeat the mistakes of the past. Professor Joseph Osafo, the head of psychology department, University of Ghana, Legon, and Nana Boachi be a friend and a B or a national youth organizer, Emma MPP. Nana B, and your prof here to say, Ninya Watiti.
Oh, Chairman. Prof akan no kwasa no se taso mutakoma so ma mensa enchia wo biem na na wotwetwa mu yi na ayare hosem kakrama MPP na ma menfa wo fidikesi so na menna obi bia ase titiri o mampani na bedi akire chairman edikan na ye Greater Accra Regional Chairman chairman Divine Ago home na ne ma mene ne wofa nimpon afrim nti mo ye ni nyina no ebom ewo goi no sege odu sege a na o mane a onsani faso no ho na ewo nti enya no ekugya omo chama no mo se menfo ofidi kesi so na menna ase e ma wona wanso nu akuma samia oku na ono so asew ne ye emame no so da form ne so kugya no ma ne comment chairman omo nyina se menfo ofidi kesi so na menna adofo ene namfofo ene asofo mo betai jumadi ni nyina echi titru His Excellency the President, the Vice President, and a Second Lady. Omo nyina no ebe adom ema ene ekoyi pa chairman enya enim wiasa fa na nyina no afi bi mo sign na afi we sign ne de chairman ano she chairman
2020
it is me hu chairman afi we mu de e sign no eso obi ya sutri senka BBC kwa na beba no kwasa no so wan hwe anka nipa no ye no bedi echini pa nanso abasa ni nyina mu no enema basa ya etwa ye ni ehwe pepo na ye de aseda sonko e de amanyame sene ye sene anya oninim one be ye fimu chairman adi sha ase ayam hwehwe a na ewo ye mu se empu adi betimi adi sunkunim chairman we are not out of the woods yet and another prof eka menene ya adwene yes indeed Ghana nyina His Excellency the President edi anim we have shown say maybe a basaya ebetimi akabum na yakuatia enti His Excellency the President show leadership, quality leadership no. Na chairman, because we show leadership na nipa wudi o mazini so omo enni ye wo kaso anase omo emfa omakoma enta wachi na empabo asofo ye papa no nkremofo nso mfa mpabo nta wachi a chairman ya wo ye nyina no wan hwe ebe kwa na ye befa wa fidi kesi so ne ada bibia ase nti chairman nya hwe se wo hwe enan hihye ya de ba betu dwa ya na say from somewhere much you can say inclusive schools so we share final years no more ye suapon mu omba be wia ne sa ene yo matro mo exams na wia o ma wi omko na we share ye omo so no ma be tro wasi final year any impo double track na me say na green track ni bia no mo nya wi omo almost syllabus ni bi esa call back to school na esa dudu na akafie ko chama sa wo hwe right from crèche num ne nursery ne we ho nyina ebe na wo hwe primary 1 primary 2 akọ ekodu JHS 1 ma ne 2 for na say ne yamamako na SHS 2 for so na ekọ na esa dudu na no na akafie chairman yema awofo enti se ebre wo mu no enya brepa se na profo kano ene omoye a anaso obi odi dwuma okodwom nkasa amre no no anopa okodwom no wasiesie ne ma ho mu ko school nti sa adwendwen na fini so obedu fie na bia mofra no so aba fie no hwede be ba ko mienu bia ansa no so aba chairman ene sa de ni ho enti mene prof be ya adwen se yemfa yenin so enko ho na yunhu ade a ebetimi aye na dia support chama ikoya hwe ya ebe free pandemic mu no na asa create another social issue asama ofi family issue asama ofi
na prof can yeah.
Yes,
but as I bet to us prof obidi bakuba na na biti mamio or say your man is making a lot of sense. It's one of the reasons for which the Ghana Book Development Council advocates the concept of family reading. The cost of parents not engaging the energies of their pupils or students or children at home is incalculable. Reading with the family is one of the social supports parents can offer their children at this unusual time. And no, if he,
I mean, a good point. But how many parents can read?
Daniel Fuswasam, yeah,
It's a very good point.
but omoye a project be and no more trim yakum. Almost see a friend no. Family reading campaign. Good. So at least for those of the parents who can read,
intervention.
Nana Freddy also say this discussion on children is so key. The socio-cultural effect of COVID-19 will manifest itself in the future by how we treat the children in this period. Thanks to you and the Prof. Nana Freddy, I thank you for your contribution as well. Prof, I mean, say he retraces Asema Okain. Say after COVID, senior Yenin Kolan Bet and Nona and ba. That is if there will ever be an after COVID. You know, Nana be Pachota so.
Chairman, yes, Chairman. Sa COVID in Tiama, ye more from Mufino, or my exposed, especially Omo a war. And they are for gadget, PC, computer, internet, more TV, no money at the adeno. Chairman, I'm telling you now, they are exposed more to that. Internet is a whole benefits. Now, disadvantages near Chairman and no shit. May penny for the now crowd on Kwan, maybe I will coffee, na wofun na kwajuma, na call all these hours on the computer. Come on, and some friends are telling me how these things are having a huge effect on their kids. Huge effect. Eti ye hwene sa no e wo mu no na ye me gize ye nyina nso yentimi emwa na yempe sa dwumadi we say so.
Interesting, ye come of frasem no prof boss so but one come deeply. Message be Edward Efikofo the ade aba say I'm a private school teacher with 2 children. As it stands, I've stayed at home from April without pay. What do you think my state of mind will be with 2 children at home. Almost 50 March, oh baby. January. Government teachers are feeling, private teachers are bleeding. Let's think about teachers too, especially private or mom check at their private schools, because they say in Krani we bring school. Ain't school fees on swiding. Immediately say other sources of income. And now private teachers especially. And now
this is where say aban makoye mabunu amrin dudu na so kwakoye mabunu. This is where say sa funda aban edebeto unemployment insurance scheme to provide temporary income support for workers no. Also team activity no urgently
immediately.
Because from now up to January, January from March, especially private, public institution, it is budgeted for. They are all maintain your Mesabeka, Musika, move few crampa, moody segment. You know, Chairman, the best stress immediately. This is a brilliant idea. In print training, the best so almost because Chairman, private institutions at dozen, especially at the basic level, and JHS level, at dozen. About the SHSR, and you have about 723 public and a private, now about 300 to 400. Right. But from basic to JHS, private and dosu a dosu pa. I will say it is
only my penny be your friend and Nana Kwesi Jana painting. Ghana Association of Writers.
Okay.
Also, the Ghana Association of Writers has interventions that can help with family reading and other literary strategies. Wonderful discussion, and I thank you very much.
Great.
I'm sure that we should begin to look at that discussion, Papa. Yes, and I'll be sorry, sir,
Chairman, quickly, no, some message here, okay, and many difficult for you by or represented thousands of persons are almost or private institutions are so you made you and your there are other sectors are they we are affected the hospitality sector nepa Chairman so share the NBSSI for you made you mudi and so share omoji and that's one above 10,000 no I'm told say sikano akwa kodru banks honoma omo frɛ omo also make beneficiaries no monsa so Chairman they need this support urgently meaning say about 102,000 in Saka 500,000 Ghana 1,500 2,000 above no amu here no Chairman me say urgently MBSSI ni banks are omo di say dwuma ama ankronkro dwumadie small scale you know businesses no money ade no ankronkro dwumadie dey so much no Chairman COVID affected every single sector. Every single sector.
Talking about every single sector, okay, about hospitality industry, also the aviation, the Anaba. Say, COVID test no will cost $150 at the airport.
So I feel me auntie.
Will be to $150.
Chama official I'm finding out now. Okay.
Anyway, to us remember.
Chairman, adi suba is a washer intervention aban ade to honum initially didn't buy me kai somewhere in March. Now ya day $100 million preparedness plan. Ya de to ho ebimu so no Chairman sa period ya sabwa for a year health professionals 24,285 aboye pa ama yeah fight this pandemic a BMU here a year life insurance a year health and allied personnel and also no aboye ye Chairman a BM yetisi a year industries nim yetisi omo majuma so ma mesre say quickly no omo so mo sakon musika bia na timi so mu no because in the next 4 months and adeba kwa Chairman here for any crank ho ye mo fra no mo trafia edidie the domestic economy is a profit canon. Because na light is so costly and so is it be everything utility is going to go up because send making omo and what do on media top broad man no near the idea with Chairman in the next 2 weeks Now to a biako.
Na masa wo bro. They win.
Chairman.
No.
Ode missing.
The domestic economy so how you know so another.
Obi bisa say, do you cry? And I'm say yes. But I cry in the rain.
You cry in the rain.
It wouldn't. You say Didier. And your friend say electricity bill ni back on internet.
Imagine say owo emofra 4 efi na back wo ebia SHS2 na back wo eye JHS ebia back wo 3 back wo 1 na back so primary no nyina tifi chairman one here every 2 weeks be abeto mo back 50 kilos na back na one here bread in some bedi of you say we bakery and pa have a bakery I got a bakery and I'm now I don't know any some kid.
What's that, Mr. Miguel? Into bedroom fear. We say why sandwich. We say why are the bread that we just a bread now to bed 3 days ago. Bed 2 full loaves. Obia there an experiment. Obia there. I feel about I said Becca.
No, why not? The domestic economy as and also some ketwa.
Opinion say I have collected physics, maths, and elective maths syllabus, and I've been teaching my daughter and one of her classmates from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. with 1 hour break. The other parents have also contracted a teacher to teach them English and biology. So as for me, so far, so good.
So good. So obey to me. Obey to me.
Private tuition. Obey to me. If I never bet me just about 5%. I mean, it is a way so I want to media engage you. One more bet me, but don't want any masses. No one send a country chairman. Me GD say. Ghana for a bank penny for almost a year. So I'm sure we will put something together. A bit to me, Abua Amaya to me, I saw we see. From Edna and the president, kind airport AB, 1st September, which is Ochina, if I'm not mistaken. Now, yes. All international airlines in Yanusono, Yayi Omo Asutri. Chairman, near Arishimu Baku, woman say. Obia or babia nti misre chairman o piece of media wa mano ne pa uti but obia obano e wo se utimi ekọ eye lab accredited lab yes now okoye eye COVID-19 test ni bi na okuta ehun certificate oba and the be kire ansa krampa na in fact ya jama me say most airlines no kwans wan koye kran ha ticket ko mu twama
ya ma onfo
o wan koye kran no mu ma onfo kran no metwa ticket no kran so no
but matisa yes say passengers will be draw be $250 o
jama no patronian finding out and say
for the test on arrival
jama I know president
okay say a cost to be borne by the one cap price
and I made it to say $150
jama you can find out
now on my analysis because neighboring countries are looking at charging between $70 and $80. Okay, what do you baby sir?
Okay, Jama.
My baby I'm free no. Free baby well.
Jama, me jina near prof kind so any asama no kweno first reported cases ni na imported. In fact, it is a washer and they so almost so betra plane munyano. I'm even told some most airlines no crano a strict ure momama nose max throughout the period. I muye kama daho kama and no who say every plane mun so since it is expected say a year the inspectorate division no ne omombo airport nya so be inspect say o share nose max and also refreshing news drew has so whether okuta sa why you test no 2 days or 3 days before what na play mu na do no udru ha ye be mandatory COVID-19 testing so ha and also no 30 minutes na on sa aka a year or results it depending on results are benyano and ye be say ye do be ma a doctor for na oma show say we will be nso a ye we negative then you go about your lawful duties. Chairman, yan san kansi so dia say we eye ewiem akwantu. Land and sea still closed. The borders near closed to human traffic. Land and sea is still closed. And our president eka esi sudia. The yebestre say obibia no enhwe we say.
But obi so say no yen kanche airport for no so. Say ye pa mo chew. Omo mo ye adwuma wo ho no. Ye pa mo chewara.
Media ho nya.
Momo
chewara ni.
Yes.
Na do you know who I am bi akobem? Na enwechi na bibi kakra ankofo bi nsa chi na ankochi ni boto.
Come say even 150 no say I'm passing 150. Somebody would want to even grease your palm.
There are people, yes. There are people cramping. You know, you best say hono. You enra chairman many day. He said
between 200, 250 and 500 CDs. Anyway, we'll find out.
Chairman, enra His Excellency the President na mu no anopa awiemu ho no ekọ airport ekọ inspection jumedi omedi ho nyina no ehwe even chamber oma build for screening no ene how oma share demarcate ho nyina for omo be December nyina and indeed na ohwe house here to ni wi a wi no ka se ohopi se omu nyina na behwe na ya so ade we say anoye chairman ye ka home economy no ade ba ko a mejina emabunu nyina na emu na mada na nado dankwakufu ado ase chairman say nei senka enye free water na nado maaye ene enye free electricity ode baaye ene enye MBSSI support ode ba ene enye unemployment insurance package ode ba chairman ka ho hia anki befam chairman ho hia pa anka befam iti ewom say yim free mu de ahokyere no da so wo ho nanso megidi ye say His Excellency the President ne Ghana for edini ye oni edini ye pa na mesra ase enkoso mompai ma no enkoso ntanachi na times like this and we have quality leadership na otimi di omano so enti mpaibo asofo a mabom pai ma nanado nyame nhyira mo empenifo muslimifo sheikhs nom imams a musumo bompai mana na do ne penifo no so nyame enhyamo na ye besha se aban penifo no nkoso na omunso emu sa chairman finally ebimu easy up enemu mu say e ma ne ma spike there are some countries and now climate say even ye Togo he so many spike akra bi ho intimacy say ade na ye pejapejam it is because yentimi nkase COVID-19 abenti no ene ya to yensan so guwiem ye mahwe nkoso enu kra de dangerous ene na say ye de nkoto dwa gu fom a ya ye twa ye mene enti no enhyehyeye bia ye de aba no ye ni so tema edu say ya se ne ye kan enti no tema nose mask ne de minim prof so mo ye nhwemu anam so 85 na she nose mask no
na
mo be no mo go no he
prof say aba for mo
o na kan no say last week no na a lot about 80% were in but 44% were not in. But unfortunately that number has dropped drastically, meaning say no make and maybe people are getting
chairman no smart no go phone share chairman me in fact Accra Kumasi any Kufrodia no takrade kakra bi kwa na ohu if you move outside Kumasi na wo kosro Bunu East, Ahafo, Northern Region, Northeast, Savannah, and
then no can answer. So those areas now, for some time, no one recorded case behind will be
yes,
it's not good.
And you hey a crack, Chama, so the upper machine, so for instance, I'm for Okwayano, Omunya traffic light, just that share any power on my shadow.
And then the okay, I have confirmation. It's $150.
Okay.
Now that is steep.
Yeah, that's high.
Very steep. Say anyway, maybe an anchichi movie or what we'll find out.
Price money for
say
price money for Ghana Health Service one.
Dr. Koboy.
Okay.
And Kojo Ponkruma. On my press conference this year as we speak.
Okay.
It has been confirmed from there.
Okay.
Well, we'll leave it there for now. And Chairman General, if an immigrant comes in and registers positive to COVID but doesn't have the financial clout to be quarantined, what happens? Akwasi Salad, good question. I'm sure the state will find a way to, because Nibibia, I'll say, you can't share them. Nibibia. In the meantime, birthday wishes to you, Mr. Harry Sintim Abuaje. Happy birthday to Mr. Harry Sintim Abuaje from Charles and Sylvia Edu Asa to you. And also happy birthday to Shirley Nyakon Edupoku of Noguchi Memorial Institute in Accra. Shirley Nyakon Edupoku, happy birthday to you. From Mark Adai, a.k.a. Marcus of Ebuakwa. And the last one to Kelvin Jumot Sapong of New Mission Academy. You're 5 years old today. Or take Kelvin Jumot Sapong. Now it's Friends of Rivers and Water Bodies. And Jumot Sapong Ebusia for and the Ekano Studio man pay Professor Joseph Osafo, Head of Psychology Department, University of Ghana, Legon. And Nana Boachi, Nana B, and Henry Nana Boachi, National Youth Organizer of the NPP. In AOB Nana number 2, they say aftermath of NPP manifesto launch, controversy over infrastructure records and matters arising. But me sure say Hono Nana B a grobe papa. Me Sambra back to Prof. Any other comments? And sorry so.
Yo, and come I'm saying Nana be a very important issue. This one, a very to be a one. And no, the exposure of our children to watching television and the internet, cyberbullying. In fact, are you aware? I say certain behaviors in Ghana, for example, among children, for example, child suicide, child self-harm is on the rise, for example.
It is.
In fact, data be gather from GHS is showing say we and Bofra and Bakubia Akatana.
Wow.
And yes, we Numbia Bakubia and nonsense so na data be an HRS and Bofra also by 18 to 20%. GHS for messages for if you say use drugs power. Some of these behaviors are picked from exposure to television. And you much say, I'm afraid be 2 to 5 years. I spend in a week by 32 hours watching television. Longer Eddie by 8 to 18 years. I spend by 28 hours watching television. Longer Eddie from about 11 or 12 to 18 years. Maybe our television our room. Now, some exposure I'm afraid of television. No? In fact, some of them are going to get addicted to pornography. We know it. In the period. Some of them are going to learn certain behavior, which I say, when they are exposed to television like this, it leads to aggressive behavior. Just say that be an possibility. And number 2, anxiety disorders. And you know, this time, there's a lot of pressure on parents, but it's rather a time for parental monitoring. Parental monitoring. Say, obey a crown now, Shannon. Now, be questions. Now, need you grow fear. Say, you be no intervention by reading. How far a bit to me, I can kind. Actually, one man who never can crowd or can Bible channel. I mean, when you can kind now, Bible. It's a very common literature in most homes in Ghana. And it can't channel. We Muslim Islamia. Quran can't channel. Just engage the child. Now, if I play, so many idea grow more fancy pillow or ludo. Go and get some of these things at home to engage them. And no, come a distract or mokakra every the long hour dependence on television. We are no free one. Maybe basic things we are with my church. This is also a time to let them learn basic household chores, cleaning, mopping, washing, preparing meals. Ebi na come also guys we come here yeah.
Brother.
O come yeah o fensa o bro ya twetwam. Ya se na ya say no fenam. Na odisia brebi. Sane obesia wash na atade kura fa. And other things I also musua and you can engage them at this hour and then also find out a bit from them how they feel about all of these things. And I'm the last one, but I'll tell you daddy they say we are going to school in general. Yeah, you say asthma to me.
Oh no, see we are going to school in general. Oh,
who the impact?
Oh, Nemo.
Oh, okay. Now there.
Sir, atari o shekonyo no toy.
Come here, you no free honoma. Your nose mask wearing no. Come here, pa. Come me offer the 95 years. Okay, if I no offer a super, within 95, or send nose mask. 95 years old of a super, or shelling nose mask. And they say, oh, be young 95 years. They say, Becca say, why not you mean the
but on no shelling nose mask.
On no cry and nose mask. No, be already 15 years. I feel now, who feel better say 20 years, 30 years. You are in the middle of your life. Decisions be on my own take care. A benya serious consequence also mention. Me kwana minya ere ya. Unya, I was out here say, what the a catwa ban so. Ko unya pa. Aba me spend sika wo ho say o hwe say sika no say de kan nyina bo ano na dey see schools ya dey see hospitals ya dey hear roads ya dey hear social intervention and abi kan ya say embrant in my benya adwuma ya sanka be boa
yeah
and in one way or the other we contribute to collateral damage we suffer as a nation say yes sir ya nsha ya mbua de besi bi ansi a de besi bi anso besi and say you too young for say it won't help us. Coming last one on this point, parents, the domestic economy, some kind. In fact, every idea, I'm with you, especially those who are adolescents, the stage they are in is the most turbulent stage. Body not hormones. Tell the end or ye or father colony bankumi no come or bomb jump or the dear Pam say yes or more. But a part of their developmental trajectory.
Exactly.
No or do sa level no. And you know, say review why you bet to me met me share one or two parents. But I can say as I say, if you are some and Korano etiase, let them understand. Say, under the current circumstances, and say, a million year, I can say, or a private teacher, and I feel for them so much. Kwame, if we say, Sabi, one or government will not be Nekakrawa. But Obi or Honma, Nejuma, Uncle School, rather about saying Nejuma, because only a private school, okay, Uncle School, or no be about so, Metro School is doing a it's not there. Now, some group no, some of the big there is the largest group. Toko fie a Germany home. Now, the man did do fear. Where are we expecting say obedience free?
They do that because they are very violent.
Until Mr. Palmer, they be Canadian and I can't. So policy now, a war maybe before many persons we hear activity no. And by the way, I am very impressed with this manifesto. I know my view about it. Very interesting. Make us say we are taking governance serious. There are issues in it. Social interventions have come resonating with my research experience as a psychologist in Ghana. So a lot of social interventions are many high. No. Able to me cut down on several psychological problems. And if we are able to roll some of them out, some of them can a vision. But the implementation is always the most important thing. It's about to me rolling some of these things out. No, look, you say one major reason why people take their life in Ghana, especially men, job count.
I see.
Yes, job count. They say I been my juma and say no. Now I been your juma private. Mr. A recent data, even the banking crisis, minimum MPhil student, just a recent one. There were more than 72% or so who were very suicidal when the banking crisis hit. So you can imagine now, for the next couple of months, so be a teacher ni, na only a juma. Now, maybe 2, 3 or anyhow, nothing is coming to his pocket. What do you think the impact will be? Number one, on mental health. And when you have a poor mental health, we a parent, it extends to your children. And Mr. Abba said, we should still be reviewing it. Say that as government keeps doing, no. Now, what is the impact of this on men? This is a patriarchal society, whether we like it or not. And remember the idea of name. And this one crack. And remember, and some and I decided on the back. But why I so disturbed? And alcohol depresses the cognitive functioning of persons. Into onomo ya pe na I just said na dwene se na bi say edwuma na atiafa. The mesra say eho no men na bi be adwen pa say aban ye hwe ni na ye protect the mental health of our children in the next 10 years to come. The way we handle our homes now, it brings serious repercussions on the way this present children are. Will be 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 9 years, especially coming between the ages of 5 and 15. So our group, no, this system, you can reason a bit with them. Now, most of the crowd, to hear how best we can help them. Finally, so be Nima can kaya now by the fireside. And as some kakra, these were things a boy. Obetuni ma di nkomo. Aphobia when oba entumi ni nkomo no. This is a challenge for you. Take it up now and structure the home. Now if you say when oba if you say di nkomo. One in Kasa, the school some, now this year some, how does he feel? How does she feel? My family be crying on moments within this period. Yeah. Because 10 months until you can imagine, they are going to be changing to adolescents and so many things are going to happen. How do you engage them? So it is a challenge for parents to engage their children, but I am also making this appeal, say, if there's anything government can do to ease this challenge, can also everyone.
Professor Safuna Motene in Kano now. Henry Ago in the UK says, regarding the testing cost at the airports, the Ghana Airport Authority can arrange with the airlines to add it to every ticket cost, just like airport tax. This will cut out the human interface. Henry, I so agree with you. $150 is steep, Kwame, but they need to cover cost or this won't be sustainable. It better starts on the high side and reviewed gradually. Derek sends that one. Kwame, the cost is a rapid one because the normal one, which takes a couple of days, will end the congestion at the airport, which will be potential incubation ground for the spread of the virus. If any of the detainees is infected, again, if those arriving have to be kept in hotels while they wait for their results, they will end up spending about 10 times the $150 for the rapid test. According to the boss of Ghana Airport Company, Mr. Kwakwa, it takes a minimum of 6 seconds to collect a sample under this rapid test, whilst the normal test takes about 30 seconds. So with time and cost, the $150 is the best option. Justice Abeku Nutinofe, thank you very much for your explanation, even though it's a bit winding. Your warning about the workers at the airport is very vital. Would you believe that when the planes arrive with evacuees, who we are told are all to undergo mandatory quarantine, some of the passengers are picked from the tarmac by land cruisers and other cars from SPD? Imagine if these persons are carrying the virus. The big man is in American. Do you know who I am? I am following your discussion in my car. I have 3 university students. 3, Kwame. First, second, and third year. And 2 JHS 3 students in my house. And I came home with... I came home on pension. I came home on pension in March this year.
Oh.
Lockdown now. Bleeding is a very humble way of describing my situation. Oh. I'm hemorrhaging. Not bleeding. Just say, 3 university students in a JHS for me. 5. Chai! Oh, me Yeah. It's banana. So how's the academic calendar going to be like? September is supposed to begin a new academic year. Now that nursery, kindergarten, primary, JHS1, SHS1 go back to school in January, does it mean that January is now going to be the beginning of the academic calendar? Finally, the JHS final year students are going to take their final exams. When is the entry to SHS? Nana has your jury. Well, we'll keep asking those questions for you. But basically 600 CDs for COVID-19. Chai, we can't pay. If you can't pay, don't come. I think that is what the whole idea is. If you can't pay, don't come. We were all quite unaware of the emergence of this menace. However, the sterling leadership exhibited by the president needs to be commended. Kwesi Reynolds, Agona Odobeng. The easing of restrictions is welcome, but let's change our behavioral attitude towards this disease. People, don't make yourself an experimental guinea pig. Well, the guinea pig is also experimental. Don't make yourself a guinea pig for coronavirus. Just an advice. Success PK in Kaswa. Okay, it's almost 11, but this one says, happy birthday to my dear wife, Mavis Leonards, a great wife, a great partner, MD of Global Sky. Enjoy your birthday, Mavis Leonards. It's from your darling husband, Frank, who sends that to you. That'll be important.
Chairman, with us, Jidis Hobe Mame break a crowd, my pension minimum. Chairman, I know, Memini da, a Memini de Tremi, a Jenny Nancy, and a woman your co keep quiz now, your co power, your manifesto, and to my leadership of service, protecting our progress, transforming Ghana for all. Chairman, so we share your crater, you want to wait there. I'm back. Which by Prof. Mathematical can dear man. I will share. Yen sama ya kana chairman boshe bia ye share no na no ye manifesto mu agenda for jobs no ye de nyina sa ba we mu ene ye kire ba bia ya ye de duru na chairman me kasa sa manifesto yi me mu de me fe no youth manifesto nyami chara na do manifesto yi ye ma emabuno na chairman so he ba bia ye fa Ghana free ye adesade ena ye de to Ghana for nim se na no ye ba chairman se me ne ka chairman me ni age dwumadi ana wonkofo edi ewo esiri mantem ho omo ba pro no mo hwe one district one village one dam ne ebinim se yedi agro in fact ebinim ko ekugina ba bi ekutwa video bi se yedi agro chairman ne wa reporters enye obi na asom mo wa no asom mo enimum MPP ni mendis omko mo se ampa ba bi omko bi adam se nyina wo chairman nya no nko a na nado dan ko akufa do eba de bia me dia sa asem we meka say ne say wo share for me the biggest investment ayaye ever our education mo pa aye free SHS and German free SHS or ya ba tampa no fuso do so enya say mo fra no 1.2 million enya so faso no nko o eye teacher for so enne ya make say over 80,000 emu ya fa omo ebra ye share free SHS yasi aw manya dwumaye chamanya nko awo ena so wo kwa even buffer stocker anan be ka tro se free SHS ama buffer stocker safa no ntuma pefra chamanya local textiles manufacturers ne omo pompa montade out of this omunyuma sa pija na mene onabo na pokasa Japan textiles ena so wo na akwahwe omudwumadi omudi ne ntuma mo ya free SHS support o machine pa because of dwumadi omudi. And every year, 2 billion Ghana cedis. And edition. Chairman, we no few one man. And there, one village, one dam, aboso. Chairman, planting for food and jobs. Catch a Ghana for in a Yamen Chadie. A coso. Chairman, a casa warehouse. Ibesi. Chairman, and then 50 warehouses are yes. Chairman, ya can one district, one factory. Chairman, we could document you ha. 74. Nano ya call Central Region His Excellency call ye no kopa kasa de ropa ontoma ene ye configure 74 listening ye kutamo ha say unprecedented 74 ya so masene ankronkro dwumadi aban so mu omodi aba omo ye adwuma chairman nyuma accrediting 10,943 chairman so ko wa ye na ko he wa wo ne okuma kodua ene same 143,000 jobs diama NAPCO 100,000 chama we ya mabuno ananko ba wie school be 5 years 6 years 7 years no munya adwuma nya yo
ai nei omunso timi enya busome so a omunso enya bibi eno so eko ma no chema wo ye no fi ho no ma ene emede techama ho yam pro so wo hwe eye article City FM online April 25 2015 General Mosquito no sense in paying teacher training allowance no sense chema so also share another one I don't the former president name one kind was a teacher training allowance will not be restored even if it will cost me the elections. We a graphic online and a piece of FM online back I will maintain allowances for teacher training. Chema and teacher training allowance na now the danko kufa the share boss oba or be restored. Nyama darma and oba or the aba. Nursing training allowance I tremu ya. Na na danko kufa the ba the aba. Chema no for teacher training allowance over 140,000. Emebru nya so fasodi offer nursing training allowance over 144,000 ena nya so faso chairman kojonkuma ho National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Plan de bia meka na media mfato ho under NDC na umfre bibia friend yes youth enterprise support omu training mabunu 100 omu so mabunu 68 pe 8 years period ni na chairman enne jonkuma ho we training 14,000 omo aya so mumu ayo over 7,000 chama na would proposal bi abanso a would job creation component eba asabwa ama enyuma over 50,000 na asaba omo nyina no the monitoring department NEI and NEIP hwe so dendenden chama and scholarship secretariat Kingsley Ajima ho under NDC chama na yema scholarship bia local scholarship chama. And the facts are there, and then Mikuta, we say no, Hachaman, so here, local tertiary scholarship, non existent. Oh, NDC Abreso. Last year, you had 30,000 tertiary scholarships, and they my interviews. It is projected 60,000, and the Benya a year scholarship in Fasudi. It is German manifesto. I did back where Sadia Baba come home and it Nanka, Minianom e Kuskua. Ene eye loans a nanke ebije na aso masene aje so akopɛ guarantors mbokwa da bi wodo ko faka na abreme ene ye guarantorship sem bia e ba be fi ho ene ukuta wo NIA card aban ma obusia na wo dia ko school na efese
Martin Anabi
chema menye wie
and da bi musu mawie
chema ba to say
me mawie wo na nya wie me tama
chema na no NDC for asema no mo ka chairman okada de na me de bewie and it is a dangerous trend ya hwe 2012 nipa na ana opinion na oye president na his excellency the former president John Dramani Mahama and na sa be no de mraba a o si okada ye ntwam why be chu bia ne beti ye be chu ne afa na okrampo and na also about be ni free na chairman say oye omampani ana say opa memu die de bia no so ye consistent ye di kan number 2 also we will be how you decide na bi mapon enti me ba beda se tell me more fat kakra bi empacho mapon say wo hwe go straight to your point chairman say wo straight to your point and then nanu ana wo si ye ntwam na ehu hia why be chokra yem fa nkotum ana yem final wona ye president o ade ba ko ye me den say former president John Dramani why president pen enti enim sama o kan finally ebra na former president mama ohui chairman yenya man-made self-inflicted pandemic and I'll keep saying it.
I thought you said you were finishing with Okada and that's where we'll end it. This one from Say Obama in Pokwasi says, I have 3 children at home, class 3, KG2 and nursery. And yet better tell Nanabi I said I miss him. Say Obama in Pokwasi and I'm going to say Oden Adventure Eba or say Nanabi say Obama say me say wafil. Now I'll bet you see.
Oh, that's I'm crying
I
don't know. We know you coded. I have to decode it.
Ono aso decoded aka ho. Nti wa ko decode. Maburu ehene. Nti over to you. Prof, mama na say no penana bi me ma bebre na kwa wan nti mapon. Oka chem say you end on Okada. Prof, something is also being new kada.
Bonus.
Prof, and the that's you. Yamisha, and I be so that say, it's almost 11. Now, answer the best story, so no quick birthday wishes. This one says to you, Agnes Asari and Gaspard Asari Jr. Last Saturday was your birthday. Agnes Asari and Gaspard Asari Jr. of Talented Royal School. It's from your dad, Lieutenant Colonel Asari, your mom, Sister Janice, and also from Asabia to all of you. And it says to retired apostle Peter Ayirakwa and Mama Grace Addison, happy birthday to you all from Peggy Ama Donko to you. And it says to my son Nyamiche Ufuswa Samwa, from your father Kwame to Kwame to Kwame. The man is Kwame to his son Kwame. Kwame Nyamiche Ufuswa Samwa. Oh Papa Sumo, happy birthday. Enjoy Papa. Peace 104.3.
All my ladies, I just want to say this to y'all. Love is not love unless you're committed.
One of my favorites,
Remember this.
Love is faithful. Love is kind.
And love is so
Tremi Wooding. Name Fantonium Dede Baby Benedicta Anna Cecilia Emilia na Monica Oya Mefe Enti di Mechi Mayen Kofie Cecilio Emilio Penezoma me Mesha Okawago Aba Benedicta Cecilia Monica. Yeah, to you right now. Our song, Abby. Enjoy it right now. Angie Q. Good morning. It says my husband is listening to you, Mr. J. Frimpong in Tiamoa. Happy birthday to you, Mr. J. Frimpong in Tiamoa, from your sweet wife, Mrs. Letitia Frimpong in Tiamoa. Your children, Nana Tichua, David and Mamie JBA. Searching and looking and searching and looking.
There was nothing in this world, nothing that stopped me from loving you.
From loving you.
But the only thing in this world that stopped me from loving you is when you cheat on me, is when you betray me, and you break my heart.
Alright. Madam Messi Yamoa, your friend Auntie. Madam Messi Yamo, aka Auntie of Trinity Congregation Presbyterian Church at Smankese. Happy birthday from Roka. Follow me, make we go. Ampa. And so the next news broadcast is at 12. Make a date with Kofi Kombilson before that. Thank you for joining us by ear, voice, and text. God willing, we're back tomorrow morning. Remember to keep your dreams and hopes alive is all you've got. And in this tough world, COVID and everything else in between, I wish you well. And if for some reason you stop to say a prayer, remember to say one for me too. This one, last one says, I'd like to wish Juanita Austin of the University of Ghana happy birthday to you from Benson Osafo Kantanka. God bless. Good morning.
so my name is Okawa.